Hey brother, I'm Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about fear of rejection. So typically the guys I talk with are most commonly experiencing a fear of rejection when it comes to sex or physical intimacy. You know, they make physical overtures to their wife or partner and she pulls away, or she shows no interest, or she says I'm not in the mood, or whatever that looks like. Secondarily, a guy experiences a fear of rejection when it comes to just being able to speak what's on his mind or his heart. He's told he's wrong, or he's told that, somehow his feelings aren't valid. Okay, so if you're experiencing either of those, hang out. I'm going to give you a tool in this video that's going to help you out. So first thing to notice is there's two things going on here. One is the fear of rejection. So that's like before the rejections even happen, before the event. And the second is the actual rejection, okay, the sense of being rebuffed. So which is worse for you? The fear of rejection is anticipating the rejection that hasn't even happened yet, and that comes across as anxiety, and essentially anxiety is a fear of a future event. Okay, so based on past events, it's likely that you've experienced that rejection before, so you're kind of playing a repeat cycle in your head that this is going to happen again. Fear's rising up, it's getting you, and it's really dragging you down, and fear that you won't even get what you want ever, maybe. You know, our minds can spin into scenarios of longevity that we're even not aware of. That's just creeping up under the hood on us, and it causes us to experience a lot more fear than we would otherwise. So I'm going to offer you a tool on how to deal with that fear here in a moment. But let's look at the second part, the actual rejection, okay? That feeling of like, oh, God, really again? It's been 3 weeks, it's been 6 weeks, it's been whatever it's been, okay, since you were physically intimate. And you're just feeling that sting and you're feeling hopeless. Is this ever going to change? Or how many times can I deal with this? Or why am I even in this marriage if I'm just going to be rejected all the time and, not received? Okay, so that's the rejection side of things. So let's go first to the fear of rejection before the rejections even happen, that fear. So I want to offer you this simple question to ask your fear. Okay. And it's something that I teach my clients in a fear practice. And it's just simply fear. You're talking to your fear. Fear, what are you trying to keep me safe from? So it's pretty straightforward. Typically, it's going to say, yeah, I'm trying to keep you safe from rejection. I'm trying to keep you safe from that pain. I'm trying to keep you safe from the sadness or the despair or the sense of being trapped. So there's a way that you can take that in as if you're talking to a character outside of yourself and say, fear, I hear and see that you're trying to keep me safe from rejection, despair, feeling trapped. And just by that alone, that fear relaxes a little bit, because at the end of the day, fear is kind of like a needy child that needs to be heard. Okay. And then I say to that fear, is there anything you want me to do that's going to help us, that's going to help you relax a little bit? And if I pause for a second, the fear says, yeah, I want you to be really smart and strategic or in how you approach her, or I want you to approach her in a way that's going to be more likely to get you what you want. Fear saying, I want you to minimize the risk of rejection. So how can you do that? So now suddenly I'm in kind of like a game plan, a coaching room with my fear. And I'm thinking, yeah, that would be good if we could minimize the risk, if we can do it in a smarter, strategic way, maybe even get some help on figuring out how to do this in a way that's going to minimize risk and maximize the chances of success and being accepted. Okay, so that's on the front end. So when I minimize risk, now I can suddenly go into my overture, whatever I'm seeking. And I'm just going to keep using that example of physical intimacy or sex. Now I can go into my effort with more confidence, less fear, and a greater sense that, I'm approaching it wisely, where my fear has now become an advisor, okay? Somebody who's giving me counsel as opposed to somebody who's just a part of me that's just ripping me apart like a master. And now on the backside, if I've made this endeavor, this overture for physical intimacy or sex, and I'm doing it in a way in which the risk is minimized and in which I feel like I'm doing something different, I'm learning something new, I'm using a different approach, and straight up, an approach that's more relational as opposed to transactional. And now I can be in that process with her so that if there is rejection, there's something in it for me too. There's a way in which I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm not just falling into that trap of despair or hopelessness. And I'm really feeling into, okay, but is there something I learned here that's going to be in service of the longer game of creating a marriage or relationship where physical intimacy is fluid, reciprocal, and my needs are met. So I'll often talk in my videos about the long game, okay? And watching a 5 or 6 minute video, guys typically just want the easy answer. And, that's not how life works. Anything that's important to you or anything that really matters takes some effort over a sustained period of time. But the bigger piece that I'm offering you here in this video is this understanding that your fear, and in this case, fear of rejection, does not need to stop you from going after what you want. And it actually can be a great counsel and advisor to help you go after what you want in a way that's smarter, wiser, and ultimately going to help you stay in the game to create the marriage or relationship that you want. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you dug this, please check out links to my work below, such as my weekly men's relationship tools call and other trainings that I'm running currently. Thanks so much for watching, brother, and have a kick-ass day. Bye.